So my producer asked me to talk about the Christian and how to avoid fornication. Very funny topic. I'm going to go rogue here. Now I'm going to talk about Christian and how to avoid any temptation. Christians don't want to avoid the temptation of fornication and adultery. But the truth is that we're actively participating in both. And here is it. We tend to, we tend to glamorize the sin. You see, sin is sin, whichever way you want to look at it. I know that we have an issue with it, saying that it's natural. You need to test drive a car before you drive it. What do you do with your needs? If you're alone, what do you do, and all that? See, what is right is right, what is wrong is wrong. And if we go by the name of Christ, we need to depart from sin. The issue for me here is actually not even the physical, because in the long run, we have upped the level of fornication and adultery above the whole gamut of sins. In front of God, sin is sin. It's the same thing. However, we know why we have upped it, why we gossip about it, why we are involved in people's sexual activities and sexual lives. It's because we know we indulge, and we know the output. And so everybody talks about everybody's or not minding their business most of the time. And that's because of what it does to us. And so even when it has been categorized as a sin, it's actually for our own good. Eventually, the physical aspect of it is what? All of 5 minutes. If your guy is a stud, I don't know, 6.5. Anyway, well, for what it is worth, the physical will pass away. You will not be strong enough to do it anymore. No waist, creaky bones, and all that. I have spoken with a number of people, and it's interesting to hear, males tell you that they wish they had not had so many sexual partners. And when you hear that from guys, it makes you, think more, because usually it's the woman that is judged for the number of sexual partners she's had, not the man. The man is looked at as a stud because he's having sexual partners. I'm talking of both sides, whether you believe in Christ or not now. And so having guys actually tell you that, they wish if they had been younger and had been advised or had not, given into this whole macho thing, they wouldn't have slept with as many people as they did. It sets you thinking, why would a man say that when we feel that they are generally driven by lust? So it tells you that they probably felt like pieces of meat after it, and that's a man feeling like that. And so that's the part of it for me that I think the conversation should go to. What does it do for you? If I remove religion, what does it do for you? Really, having those number of sexual partners, throughout your life, having to run into them, what does it do for you? Your spirit man, you have to live with that. After a while, as I said, the physical passes, but you have to live with your spirit man. I mean, they tell you that a piece of you goes with every person that you sleep with, a piece of you. How many pieces of you do you want to be, to go away from? From you, how many pieces of you? And so I think that the conversation really should be at now, that this now more than ever is the time to look out for yourself. Sex is not a healer. It doesn't heal you from a lot of the internal issues that you have. It's only temporary. And so if that's what we're using sex for, why we think we need to be involved in fornication or adultery, on a serious note, in the long run, it's not actually God you're doing it to, it's really yourself. And you should begin to look out for yourself. If you have thoughts, let's hear them. Follow us on Diary of a Stupid Woman on our YouTube and our IG handle. And thank you for listening.